Alexa, play Radio 2.
Play BBC Radio 2. BBC Sounds.
Alexa, louder.
Well done. Welcome, Emma Parish. Congratulations. Just say to the guys, how great would it be for Sade to come back? Little piano room from Sade, how great would that be? Also, it's a lot of love. I haven't got time to read it all out, but a lot of love for EYC. I met her at Maidstone Studio seeing EYC perform all over the place, into little gigs at Chessington, Wonder Adventure on the Memory Centre in Manchester. When you drivers come in next time the show, we've got a brand new mystery voice to play it annoyingly for the next 30 seconds.
There's also a lot of beautiful memories.
See, this is why Sade's over the moon that she wrote this song. All right, we'll get up after the news. This is Radio 2
On BBC Sounds.
and on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 9 o'clock. This is Anthony Birchley. The President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, says Hamas's response to President Trump's peace plan for Gaza is encouraging and at the moment must be seized. Mr. Trump has called on Israel to stop the bombing of Gaza after Hamas said it agreed to release all the remaining hostages and return the bodies of those who died. Former UK National Security Advisor Lord Ricketts said Donald Trump deserves credit.
For the first time in years, an American president has really put full weight behind trying to get a ceasefire and then what happens after a ceasefire. He's been prepared to really strong-arm Netanyahu and, of course, to pile pressure on Hamas over the last few days to get there, and he's now going to keep going on that.
A British teenager who was detained in Dubai last year after having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl while on holiday has died in a car crash in North London. Marcus Lucano, who was 19, was in the passenger seat of a car that collided with another vehicle after a short pursuit by the Metropolitan Police. The Conservatives say they'll withdraw the UK from the European Convention on Human Rights if they win the next election. The party said the ECHR had been used by lawyers to frustrate the UK's efforts to secure its borders and deport people with no right to be here. The Shadow Home Secretary, Chris Philps, said the convention was no longer fit for purpose.
These articles were written 75 odd years ago for very good reasons in the aftermath of World War II. But they're very vaguely worded, things like the right to a private and family life. But what does that mean? It means in practice whatever a judge happens to say it means. And it's now being interpreted unbelievably widely in ways that allow, for example, dangerous foreign criminals to stay in the country when they should be deported on really unbelievably flimsy grounds.
Campaigners say it's disappointing that the government is ruling out laws that would see businesses compelled to accept cash. New figures show less than 10% of transactions were made that way last year. Here's Luke Wilson.
UK Finance, the trade body for banks and other financial services, found that cash was used in just 9% of transactions in 2024, down from 48% a decade ago. Regulators were given new powers last year to make sure people could deposit and withdraw cash, But the government says it has no plans to tell businesses they have to take it. Cash Access UK, which provides community cash and basic banking services, says that's disappointing and that more than 3 million people still rely on cash, a group that are disproportionately more vulnerable.
And Japan looks set to get its first woman prime minister after the governing Liberal Democratic Party chose Sanae Takeuchi as its leader. The 64-year-old is now likely to be confirmed as prime minister by Parliament. Well, there's strong winds across the UK, particularly in Scotland and Irish sea coasts. Showering rain will move south through England and Wales this morning. As the latest BBC News at 3 minutes past 9.
Thanks, Anthony.
Now, this is
Welcome back. Hey, BBC Two tonight from 8:40.